I also have to convince her parents, right? Because they are marrying off her daughter to a son-in-law who is going to have no job soon.
The Joshtantap Show.
Hey Chris, welcome into today's show.
The first time here on your show. And it's been an honor. I've been watching you for a few years actually, and this is my first time getting interviewed by you.
Hey, thanks. I will not forget also, very early days in my channel, you're always there commenting. I'd like to thank you for that because without, the early support, no channel can grow. So I guess you also know the journey, and today we really want to hear more on what are your plans, what are you building towards. So go ahead and share with us your journey.
All right, so I recently just quitted my corporate job of 8 years. I started working in 2015 as a fresh grad. So right now, after 8 years, I'm on my own. I'm now considered a self-employed, doing full-time on this YouTube and digital media journey. So it's a brand new journey. I'm not aware what lies ahead, but I'm prepared, I would say. But I'm not sure what things may come. And throughout this podcast, we'll explore what are my concerns and maybe what are things I factored in before I considered quitting.
So how do you cope with workload previously? You're holding this full-time job, right? Plus creating content. So how do you actually be effective in terms of time management?
It really depends on what are your job responsibilities, right? Because previously, like a few years ago, I was in a finance role. And if you were in the finance and accounting industry, you will know that overtime is almost a given. Like you have to work overtime. Even though I consumed like a lot of finance content, I didn't have a lot of bandwidth to create content. But that was until I moved towards a logistics role. It's a supply chain analyst.
So within the same company, you did an internal transfer position?
Yes, I did.
Oh, and that new role, you have more flexibility. Accounting year ending, when you prepare books and stuff.
Definitely. And of course, the quarterly close, month-end close and all that stuff. You know that.
Hey, just in case anyone doesn't know, me and Chris, we both have accounting degrees. I didn't know it until I linked up with you, Chris, on LinkedIn. So check us both out on LinkedIn also. I think it's a fantastic platform to learn about, everybody's educational background, what we actually learn during school days and what we're doing differently post graduation.
Yeah, Josh, you're actually my senior. We are from the same school.
Yeah, I counted. I was like, hey, I'm like your four years senior. I'm old already. Hey, but I actually didn't go the accounting route lah. So straight off after graduation, I went to brokerage, do internship and stuff. I didn't go to Big Four. Most of our peers, they went to audit. Yeah, so I took a very different route, and sometimes it's a bit scary lah when you're on a path that's very different, very unconventional. This new role in logistics, it freed up more time to do content. That's where you actually stepped up.
Yeah, because I didn't have that much to do overtime already. So after work, between the hours of maybe 7 to 10 p.m., sometimes 11 p.m., I'll just focus a lot on building the content, doing scripting, filming, recording, editing, all the stuff that a content creator does. So I only use those hours after work and maybe my weekends. So weekends, I'll allocate more time into it so that I can run this YouTube channel and post like 3 videos a week. So while other people are resting and watching Netflix and chilling, okay, then I'm out there hustling, I would say.
I'll jump in here for a quick while. Smash a like and subscribe for both of us. And as always, if you have any questions on content creation, leave in the comment sections below. And let's dive back to our interview. For anyone that's thinking that it's not possible, they have no energy left after work, I think you have shown it's possible. It's your drive in a lot of ways, correct?
But let's not discount the fact that because I'm still not married yet, although I have a partner, but I'm still not married. So I don't have kids and responsibilities. So I want to make that very clear, just in case some people mistaken the idea.
And so how do you actually communicate to your partner? Hey, I'm thinking of quitting. That stable pay will be lost. Of course, the idea is to build it up through this new journey that you're trying to do. Was there any reluctance or concerns that she voiced out?
So I would say that in the initial phase that I started this YouTube journey, right, I already told her that this is a very long-term thing, but I'm not sure if it will work out in the end. So I'm just going to try dip my toes into it, just try it for a few months first. And after the first year, I told her that, okay, so this has been my 1 year journey on YouTube. I think it's working out. I'm going to go full-time in a few years. Back then, it was a few years. And I told her that, okay, I'm going to show you that this has consistent cash flow. I'm going to generate monthly income from this. And the end goal is to eventually quit the job and do this full-time. Over the months, I've been showing her, okay, so this is how much I earn from YouTube. are you good? Are you good? Then finally come one time, okay. So I would say there is a breakthrough in earnings lah. And then I told her like quite a few months before I even quit my job. So I'm planning to quit my job in the next few months up to a year. And this is what I'm gonna do. I think I over-reported so much to her that she gets sick of me reporting and saying, don't need to report already, just do what you want.
I
So
think
she's
with
aligned
numbers,
quite cool.
it always helps, right? To prove a point.
Yeah.
Without it to back, it's always going to face more
Yeah.
resistance.
I think the other thing is that we are getting married by the end of this year.
Congrats.
So thank you. I also have to convince her parents, right? Because they are marrying off her daughter to a son-in-law who is going to have no job soon and doing this full-time YouTube thing that maybe their generation do not understand. So I also have to convince her parents. That's why I also did that kind of presentation to them to influence them, you know, like this is a viable career.
End of year, you'll be doing a wedding banquet. And then house and stuff.
All that budget has been already saved up in like the various high interest savings account, the T-bill and savings bond, all this kind of cash management accounts. So I would say that they already have funds set aside. It's not that I need to take out, like withdraw from my investment portfolio or anything like that. Yeah, so everything have cash set aside already, and I will not touch them in the short term. So all these I have planned out before I even think about quitting. So I think that's very important. It's all portfolio allocation. There are things that you can touch and there are things that you should not touch. And that's what I believe in.
So with all these big ticket items prepared already, there's not too much concern to take this big leap. Hey, but what if, for example, we say worst case scenario, YouTube starts to change algorithm, there's always that risk. What are your biggest fears if you go this route full time?
This is always the biggest fear of a content creator, right? While YouTube may die one day, which I believe it may, but I believe there will be other social media platforms. And I think I want to continue making content. Maybe if YouTube dies down, I want to venture out to other platforms. And that is why right now, when I've already quitted and doing this full time, I'm venturing out of YouTube actually. I'm starting to build up digital products. I'm thinking of maybe to start a course, not an investing course, but more of like credit card mastery. That's just one idea. And I may want to branch out to other things that I have interest in, that people needs a more structured program to help. So yeah, I'm looking into more areas of monetization and revenue generation.
I've actually tried Thinkific before. I think it's not too bad. I actually structured my investment cost inside it. And there's a free module that you can tap on also. I think it's a easy place to do your course.
I'll check it out. Thinkific, right?
Thinkific. So one of the platforms they have out there to host courses. And I also looked around other creators where they host their content for outside of YouTube courses kind of thing.
Nice.
Hey, so understanding your background, home loan wise, it will only come next year. So there's not too much liability. No car loans, no major concerns.
No.
So what are your biggest habits in terms of financial practice wise? You've been saving a lot from your full-time employment plus YouTube income.
Okay, so as much as I can, I try to automate everything because I believe that the more activity I have, the more distracted I am. So I try to automate my savings, even my investments. The only thing that I cannot automate is my YouTube business. So that is one thing that I need to spend a lot of hours on. And if I need to spend a lot of hours on this YouTube business, I need to make sure that all my other portfolio allocations are automated as much as they can. So you're talking about cash savings. Those are automatically deposited into other bank accounts to stash away them. And then robo investments, I do cover them in my channel as well. CPF investments, cash investments. There are some trading platforms that allows you to auto dollar cost average. So I try to put all these things in an automated manner so that I don't have to manage them, so that I can have more time to focus on the business. And that is how I try to do it.
With this automation going in, you need to firstly understand how much you can commit, right? Monthly basis.
Yeah.
Then in this journey, what now that you're transiting full-time to content creation, are there any concerns? Like if income fluctuates a bit more than previously, would it derail your journey towards financial freedom? Because that's something that you're known for. You've done interviews before on it. You've done certain projections, I'm sure. And are there concerns?
Yeah, now that you say that, I may want to do a video on it, because before I even started this financial independence retire early, I mean that 10-year forecast of spreadsheet, right? I already incorporated this when I decided to take YouTube full-time. So like 1 year before, I already incorporated like, what if I had a drop from my full-time day job? Okay, so I'm going to project this, even though the day job income may drop or it will drop, but the YouTube income or the other business income is going to scale up even further. So I did put in some projections on that. In the initial phase, it's going to be very slow, no doubt. But after that, it may scale up to even greater heights, right? Which I may not even be able to imagine. But the most important thing first is to really manage your expenses, because these are the things that you can really control for now, right? Your income, you are not able to control how much it can scale, but your expenses, whether you succumb to lifestyle inflation, your fixed expenses, your variable expenses, your family expenses, all these that are within your control, you try to keep it as close as possible to what you were originally spending on. So that was what I did. I tried to keep the consistent level of lifestyle for now.
But I agree with it. So as long as the expenses part, there's not too much worry, then that also impacts, your ability to last the journey. Because YouTube, there's ups and downs. And when we need to chase numbers, that's where the pressure comes in. Previously, it was a side hustle. Then with a conversion of full-time, naturally, the bills part brings about more pressure in that sense. It's like a trader trading part-time or on leisure versus someone who is trading full-time. The expectations and pressures are going to tilt.
Agreed.
So coming to here, any quick glimpse, what is in your pipeline for the upcoming 1 or 2 years towards full-time content creation?
Like I said, I'm looking for more avenues of revenue generation. So that is my focus for now, digital products and starting a course on that. These are the two priorities which will take up a lot of time. So right now, I'm still trying to work on the free portion of the YouTube first, because I still believe in giving value to the public community first, to make sure that your free content is worthy enough for those loyal customers or loyal people who really want to support you. Then they will be willing to pay. If your free content is not even up to par, then why are you even worthy to give out paid content, right? So I really believe in that free content first, then the paid content is something additional. So I believe this should be true for anyone who is trying to start selling something, right? Before you even think about monetizing your customers, you need to provide your value to them first, instead of just asking money from people. These are the two things that I'm working on right now, and I believe that will keep me for quite busy this 1-2 years.
So how about for TikTok, for example? Because you have an audience that is younger, credit cards and money hacks. I think your audience profile is younger than mine. Mine is a bit older and stuff when I look at data. What about TikTok? I think it's a great avenue that definitely you can build a presence and connect the 20s. What do you think of that platform?
Yeah, I think TikTok, not only TikTok, like all kinds of short form media content, even Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they belong to the same genre, right? Short form video content. I believe it is really coming up, and it may really take over YouTube. I don't know, but I think that this is something I want to work towards, because I didn't have time previously to do short form video content. You see, the difference between YouTube long form video and TikTok videos is that YouTube, if you think of just cutting different excerpts of your long form video and try to fit into TikTok, it may not work, because I tried before. So I'm still exploring how to work out this TikTok algorithm things. And sometimes I scroll through the TikTok and I realize that some of the things that are so irrelevant get so viral and popular. So it just doesn't make sense. You cannot use a YouTube mind.
I fully agree. I fully agree. Because the TikTok one seems so watered down. Then to us, where we are used to long form content, where we give details, right? Then suddenly it's like, so basic. Then how come it makes sense to audience? Whereas we are so focused on giving the right information, explaining it in depth, we don't see that value as the algorithm does.
I just give you an example, right? I just happened to scroll through one TikTok video today. It's maybe only like 5 seconds. It's like telling you something like, why are we not thinking of this idea, blah, 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 blah. 5 seconds with a background music video, 10,000 likes. Like, what is the effort? I don't get it. You just copy it from ChatGPT and just copy the code there and the soothing music. That's it. 10,000 likes. I don't know how many shares. I can't get the algorithm.
I think we need to put on a different hat when we go to a different platform. It's just like bloggers, before we blew up on YouTube, a lot of finance content were from written formats. Then when we transit to long form format, then we give a different value. Then short form format is giving a different value whereby the creators they are thinking, hey, very different from us. Short and sweet and right to the point kind of approach, and it works.
I think if you are trying out different platforms, you really need to study the different algorithm, different metrics. You cannot use the same mindset for every kind of platform. That is what I can tell for now.
I'm also trying to figure out that side of short form content. So maybe if we both find some breakthrough that we can help to scale together in that journey also. Because many people always think, hey, when we create content, it's always competition. I always never see it that way. I always realize that when we do content, we also learn from other people. Correct. So it's like the journey we learn from US side, myself included. And we kind of learn what works. And it also takes effort on our parts. And everyone can actually achieve it once they put in the effort and learn how to engage their audience in their own unique way.
Fully agree on that.
Then from your start, I remember you were doing a lot of HDB related content, which was very special. Correct? Like, very few people gave in-depth analysis on it. And you were one that managed to deep dive into that segment. A good story, where you started off. Hey, this is your niche, then you can actually grow that niche. As well as I'll leave links to Chris's YouTube also, so you can follow on to see some of Chris's journey moving forward.
Thank you for your time, Josh. And thank you to everyone from the Astute Parent community.
Happy New Year. And together we'll wish you the best for 2023.
Thank you.